The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and/or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 29th day of October 2025. And we are about to play Game 2 of our second semifinal between the 56 New York Yankees and the 1988 Boston Red Sox. The Yankees, the champions of this year's RSN replay, and the Red Sox, the wild card, the losers of the only 7-game series we've had in Retro Sports Network World Series history. The American League champions from 1988. The Yankees were patient last night and beat the Red Sox 9-4. The Red Sox were up 9-4, or up 4-0 rather. And the Yankees just kind of chipped away at Mike Boddicker, and finally got to Boddicker and Bob Stanley with a big inning in the 6th. And got some insurance runs late, and 9-4 was the final. Because of that, and the fact that he never really pitched well at Fenway Park, I'm not going Whitey 4 today. Whitey could have gone in Game 1. We went with Don Larson, who pitched okay for 6 1/3 innings, got the win. That's all that matters. So, and Sturdivant, who I think was the Yankees' second best starter, wouldn't be ready. So Whitey Ford will get skipped here in Boston. He'll either go Game 3 in New York or Game 1 in Los Angeles for the final. Not 6 one way and a half dozen the other, so Whitey gets skipped. The Red Sox, in a must-win game, are going to go with Roger Clemens, who could have pitched in Game 1 yesterday. He'll get the call here at home. A couple other changes. Enos Slaughter moves from the outfield to the DH because Enos never really played in Boston, and that's a tricky outfield to play. And Spike Owen gets benched for Jody Reed. The Red Sox think they need the bat, so Jody Reed is at short today. So that's the setup for you. It is a rainy, windy night in Boston as we get set for Game 2. Red Sox win. We're with you tomorrow at noon for Game 3. If the Yankees win, we know our 2 finalists. Next on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents RSN's Greatest Hits Tournament today from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. It is the 1988 American League champion Boston Red Sox versus the 1956 world champion New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and Friends on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It will be Roger Clemens on the mound for Boston. And Clemens went the distance in a Game 1 shutout. No, it wasn't a shutout. 300 runs against Cincinnati in their quarterfinal series. Clemens in 88 is 26. He throws the splitter at 94 and is a ground ball pitcher. And in throwing a complete game against the Reds, he went 9 innings, 122 pitches, 8 hits, 3 unearned runs. He walked 1 and struck out 6. And so he is going on 5 days rest. The Yankees will line up like this. Gil McDougall leads off at short. Enos Slaughter again in the lineup, but we can slide him in as a DH, and he'll bat second. Mickey Mantle, who had the big home run last night, or big hit last night, is in center. He'll go third. It was a home run last night. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Bill Skowron at first will bat fifth. Hank Bauer in right will go sixth. Elston Howard gets the call in left field. He'll bat seventh. Andy Carey at third bats eighth. And Billy Martin at second will go ninth. Defensively for Boston, Wade Boggs a 7 at third. Jody Reed a 3 and a 6 at short. Marty Barrett a 5 and a 7 at second. Todd Benzinger a 2 at first. Mike Greenwell a 5 and a 3 in left. Ellis Burks a 7 and a 5 in center. Dwight Evans a 6 and an 8 in right. Rich Gedman behind the plate an 8 and a 7. And Clemens is a 3 on the mound. Not that great. With a .971 fielding percentage. McDougald 6 for 14 on the tournament. This is the Yankees' 4th game. 5 singles, a double, and an RBI. It is, again, a rainy night here at Fenway. The wind coming in from the Prue and the Hancock in right field at 17. So we'll see how long these two starters go. Johnny Cucks gets the call for the Yankees. Clemens starts the night with a ground ball up the middle. Barrett stabs it, throws the first one out. For Enos Slaughter, Enos 2 for 12. An RBI, 2 runs scored, grounded into a double play, a walk and a strikeout. Clemens, this was his home for a long time, the mound at Fenway. Slaughter hits a high ground ball to Barrett over to first, 2 quick out. So 2 ground ball outs for Mickey Mantle. 6 for 12 in the tournament, a home run, which came yesterday, and just 3 RBI, but he's hitting .500. Got him! Clemens just kind of smiles to himself. A full count fastball. Mantle checked his swing, but he didn't check it in time, and that'll do. Yankees go in order. Half an inning in the books, no score. Johnny Cucks, Kucks, gets the call for New York. Did not pitch in the first round series against Seattle. 18-9 with a 3.85 ERA. 34 games, 31 starts. He's 23 years old. He throws a fastball at 85 and a ground ball pitcher. The rest of his numbers, 224 and a third, 223 hits, 19 home runs. He is a pitch-to-contact pitcher, 72 walks and 67 strikeouts. Red Sox will line up like this for their must-win game. Wade Boggs at third will lead off. Ellis Burks in center will bat second. Mike Greenwell in left will go third. Dwight Evans cleans up in right. Jim Rice is your DH. He'll go fifth. Rich Gedman behind the plate batting sixth. Todd Benzinger at first batting seventh. Jody Reed, his first appearance of the tournament, at short going eighth. And again, the Red Sox sliding Marty Barrett down to that second leadoff position at 9. Cucks can give you 135 pitches. Todd B. says RSN Network has learned that Bob Stanley was intentionally locked in his hotel room as the bus left for the stadium. He'll be unavailable today. Oh. Got me singing show tunes and everything, Todd. It's so bad. Andy Carey a 5 at third as we set the Yankee defense for you. Gil McDougald a 7 and a 10 at short. Billy Martin is a 6 and a 9 at second. Bill Skowron a 6 at first. Elston Howard a 6 and a 3 in left. Mickey Mantle an 8 and a 9 in center. Bauer a 6 and a 5 in right. So Todd watched on demand. Bob Stanley's just Yogi Berra a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. Cucks is an 8. With a .914 fielding percentage. So good range, not good fielding. But the glove ain't not that great. Wade Boggs 3 for 10 on the tournament with 2 doubles and an RBI. He has scored 4 times. Cuck starts his night, ground ball to first. Skowron will have it, 1 out. For Ellis Burks, who is 2 for 10 with 2 RBI. And you couldn't hold your laughter. I have a pronoun and a noun for you, Mr. B. Pitch to Burks. Fly ball, right field. Bauer going way back. That's down in the corner. But Hank will make the catch, 2 out. Doing 86 next, and Stanley's going to certainly... Mike Greenwell is 4 for 11 on the tournament. He has 3 singles, a double, and 2 RBI. Cuck steals, and Greenwell draws the walk. If the Red Sox are to get through the Yankees and get that all-expense-paid trip to Los Angeles, they need this man, Dwight Evans, to do something. Mr. Gregg, how are you? Blake Shelton did not sing the national anthem, Greg, before the start. I knew that, or no, Brad Paisley, rather, that Paisley sang the national anthem before Game 3 in 2018, the last 18-inning game, and then the other night against Toronto in both of the 18-inning games. But the other two World Series games where he sang the national anthem all went extra innings. He's never sang it at a World Series game that went 9. Dewey, fly ball, left field. Back goes Howard. Elston reaches out, makes the catch, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, no errors. Red Sox leave on 1, and after 1, no score. Glad you're doing well. How you doing, Bart? Yankees big winners last night. Yogi Berra at 154. A homer, a double, and an RBI. Yogi swings left center field. Back goes Burks, 1 out. For the Moose. The Moose have been quiet in this tournament until Sean DeMarco showed up last night. Sean came in, gave me a hard time, and the Moose went 3 for 4. 4 for 11 on the tournament with 3 strikeouts. Vladdy Guerrero, by the way, in real life, is writing a story that his grandkids are going to love. Got to beat Shohei Ohtani in a World Series game. How cool is that? How you doing, Andy? The best ever live American anthem you heard during a World Series was John Cicada, formerly of Miami Sound Machine. Was that in Toronto? So Bart's a happy camper. Pitch to Skowron. Fly ball, left field. Greenwell will get there. 2 out for Bauer. 3 for 9, 2 doubles, and 2 RBI. Okay. It was. So, we do some, now that the Winona Judd, not so much. Did she sing "O Canada"? So the reason why Whitey got skipped, Bart will understand. Whitey never pitched all that well at Fenway. And the Yankees, well, got him in their back pocket if the series goes back to New York. Or in Game 1 in L.A. Oh, the American anthem as well. I got a bunch of them. This is just a default picture, and it worked. Trust me, I got a ton of pictures of Fenway Park. This will not be the one that we use for 86. Popped up. Left side, Jody Reed gives chase, and somebody from Concord, New Hampshire made that catch, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Did Rita McNeil, Nana Masakui, or Buffy St. Marie do the Canadian national anthems? Fly ball, right center field for Bauer. Back, Evans just watches it. Oh, my goodness. That's up there in the Teddy Williams area. Bauer just absolutely nuked one. 124 feet high, maybe. Certainly not long. That was long gone. Opposite field, 450 feet. That was absolutely launched. You know how far that would be to actually get to that back scoreboard at Fenway? That would have to be a 500-foot shot. So the Yankees go up 1-0. Tom Cochrane in Atlanta might have been the worst Canadian national anthem. Life is a highway, right? Yeah, Boo is right. Ellie Howard, 1 for 4. He played in Game 2 in Seattle. He has an RBI and a run scored. Clemens deals. Howard hits a ground ball to third. Boggs over to Benzinger. He'll make the play. Willie starts over in right opposite field. I mean, that was gone. That's about where Otani parked one the other night in L.A., right? In the NLCS. That was a shot and a half. Jim Rice, 4 for 14. The 2 homers came against the Reds in Game 2, where he drove in 7. I think Tom was drinking prior. That's got to be nerve-wracking to do. A national anthem. And, I mean, we're all older. And so we know that Whitney Houston, although she didn't sing that live, set the standard of how anthems should be done. And anyone that came after that just was, yeah, how do you follow that one up? Mark Shaw's fields are great. I got most of these that you saw in 56 remarks, or I got a little thumbnail drive I got to figure out how to put in that it has all of Mark's newer fields. He's just tremendous. Absolutely tremendous, and tremendous to the community. Pitch to Rice. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Bauer, but Bauer will grab it with ease. 1 out. For Rich Gedman, 1 for 5. RBI and a run scored. Yeah, Cercado was live. It's always tough. Always tough. And I think Whitney was singing underneath herself, too. So, but everything changed after that. And now it's a prop bet in the Super Bowl. How long can you make that song last? Fly ball right center. Mantle will corral it. And we're through. Oh, there's 2 out here in the second. For Todd B., 2 for 7, including a solo homer against the Reds in Game 1. Ground ball foul, first base side. And Skowron tosses it to somebody from Portland, Maine. Full count. And Benzinger draws the walk for Jody Reed. Jody hit .293 for the Red Sox in '88. A home run and 28 RBI. He can play both short and second. He will settle at second after this year is over. Oh, Ann Murray, I bet, was good, too. I was kidding about Buffy St. Marie and that. Or Rita McNeil, who your bosses seem to love on the CBC. Pitch to Reed. There's a ground ball to first. Skowron's got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself, and that will do. Red Sox, no runs, no hits, no errors. They've left on 2 through 2. Surprise, surprise. Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. She just released a new album, too, by the way. It'll be Andy Carey, Billy Martin, and Gil McDougall to face Clemens here in the third. Andy 3 for 10 with an RBI. That is a hard hit ball up the middle. Reed on the run throws to first for the out. By the way, also in this lunch hour, David Baseball Demos is pre-playing the World Series using History Maker Baseball. Billy Martin 2 for 10 with an RBI. I will, after we're done with the final, do the real World Series. We did that last year, so the 2 teams with the best records at each league. So Milwaukee and who will play in the real World Series? Yeah, I never got the sense that Rita was anything mean, but, you know, the poor folks at the CBC trying to please everybody. But no, not my music either, and I like it light and lively. Oh, Toronto? So Toronto and Milwaukee. We did it last year, and it was fun. Martin swings into right center. Burks going back will make the catch, and there's 2 out. We've done a couple World Series pre-plays. We knew. It's too bad John's not here today. that the Phillies, the year they played Houston, was going to give Houston a rougher time. McDougal 0 for 1. Clemens opening 9, 35 pitches, 2 2/3. The lone hit, the solo shot from Bauer, that needs an easy pass. Got him! That's 2 for Clemens, and we're through 2.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. So Barrett, Boggs, and Burks to face Cux here in the third. Bart, why did Whitey Ford struggle so much at Fenway Park? So, yeah, Brewers and Blue Jays. I got to pick up that set from Mr. Cook. And we'll do the real World Series at some point. I've heard of them. The Canadian group Todd B talks about the Philosopher Kings. Barrett, ground ball to first. Scourin's got it over to Cux, and Marty is retired. Opening 9 for Johnny. 36 pitches, 2 1/3, and 2 walks. Boggs 0 for 1. My favorite Canadian group, Bare Naked Ladies. Don't ask me to sing it. There's a ground ball between Scourin and Martin, and Boggs has on with a single. So the first hit for the Red Sox brings up Ellis Burks, who's 0 for 1. And if I had $1 million, I wouldn't be here. Fly ball, center field. Mantle doesn't have to move far back and will make the catch for the out. So 2 out for Greenwell, who walked his first time up. Boggs on first. Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. Yankees won last night 9-4. And are a win away from a visit to L.A. to face the 78 Dodgers in the finals. Andy picked it. It's the first time I haven't gotten it early. We've done some pre-plays and computer sims, and it's never right. But with proper pictures. The most embarrassing moment of the 92 series, according to Mr. Gregg, was when the U.S. military, the Canadian flag upside down. Yes, I remember that in Atlanta. Imagine when that, front page news. Bart, I'm not making it up. I know that when Casey was managing the Yankees, he tried to avoid pitching Whitey Ford at Fenway. I'll give you the reasons why I think that. Pitch to Greenwell. Fly ball, left field. Howard will make the catch, and we're through 3. Red Sox get a hit, or the Yankees get a hit. No runs, no errors. But the Red Sox get a hit. They've left on 3 because I'm following what's going on. After 3, 1-0 New York. So Slaughter, Mantle, and Barra to face Clemens here in the 4th. What this Red Sox team played in a different Fenway than the one that Whitey Ford would have pitched in the late 50s and early 60s. As the stadium developed, behind home plate, they built a new press box after the 75 series and then redid it in the late 80s. We called it the 406 Club. And so what it did is it got higher and higher behind home plate. It changed the wind direction in the stadium. Now, both the lines were never properly measured. It was, I think, marked 315 down the line and left. It's really 305. And so when they made it higher, the predominant wind came from toward the outfield, not from the outfield, which just made that wall seem all the shorter. And since Whitey was a lefty pitcher, just kind of like with Wade Boggs, you just get tattooed. I believe his ERA at Fenway was well over 4. Greg asked to come to Toronto for a second chance, and they brought him to Toronto. That's good. Todd, I believe this started this week, not knowing who your nicknames were. I don't like it either. Pitch to Slaughter, fly ball, shallow right center. Burks coming in, rides this wind, makes the catch. A sliding catch, 1 out. And on cue, I'm told that Whitey Ford's earned run average at Fenway was 616. Mickey Mantle struck out his first time up. And I think one of the reasons why the Red Sox became competitive after 86 and beyond and finally won the World Series was that the ballpark, once you cut down on that prevailing wind, became a lot more hitting neutral. It wasn't a bandbox. It's a small park, but it wasn't a bandbox. And the Red Sox developed pitching. Ouch is right. So, but 7-6 with a 6 of all those years. I mean, 7-6 is not that much. With a 6.16 ERA and Todd B, that's the same as Stanley. Thanks, Todd. How you doing, Forrest? Pitch to Mantle. Struck him out. That's 3 for Clemens. He got him on a hard fastball, 2 out for Yogi Berra, who's 0 for 1. Lace to Marty Barrett, and Marty will make the catch, and that'll do. After 3.5, Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. So Evans, Rice, and Gedman to face Cooks here in the 4th. Make a little more sense now, Bart? Game 1 of this series last night, the Yankees won it 9-4. Dewey 0 for 12 now. Base hit, left center field. That's going to go to the wall, and Dwight has his first double of the tournament. His first hit, and the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position for Jim Rice. And I got a tickle. Yeah, it does. It's one of those things, you read a lot of things, you hear a lot of things, and some things just kind of stick out there. But yeah, they would skip Casey in his start, or Casey would skip him again in Boston. Would be fine in in Yankee Stadium. But Death Valley in Yankee Stadium, where fly balls went to die. Jim Rice 0 for 1. Left center field. Back goes Mantle, and Mickey will make the catch. Evans will hold. As Mantle threw a strike right to third. 1 out for Gedman, who's 0 for 1. Game is rigged. We talked about this last night. How much did I pay you to not to talk about that? Bob Stanley sends his grandkids now, dressed as himself for Halloween. They return without candy. That would be a sitcom and a half, Todd, with Bob Stanley and George Hendrick. Gedman swings, pops it up. Third base side, McDougald will make the catch, 2 out for Todd B., who can send a pun and walk at the same time. Evans on second. Benzinger hits this one to right center. Back goes Mantle. Mickey runs it down. After 4, the Red Sox have left on 4. Of course they have. No runs, a hit, no errors. They leave on 1. We go to the 5th. 1-0 New York. So Clemens on the mound to start the 5th has got to wonder. He's made 1 bad pitch, and the Red Sox can't do anything. Skowron 0 for 1. Struck him out. And 0-2 got him swinging. It's 4 for Clemens. If the Yankees win Game 1 of the final Monday at noon Eastern. If the Red Sox win, we'll play Game 3 tomorrow at noon Eastern. Hank Bauer homered his first time up. High ground ball to Jody Reed. Makes a good throw to first for the out. Staley is stuck on the red line trying to find his train at North Station to get on the green line. Elson Howard is 0 for 1. That would be cool to do an interview with Bob Stanley. As a little kid, I liked Bob Stanley. I actually got a box of them somewhere. Remember, I think it was 1980. Topps did a series of like supersized cards that were just pictures. I think each team had six of them. They weren't 8x10s, but they were double the size of a baseball card. It is Forrest has come back again. There's always Dennis Lamp in the Groucho Marx mustache. Where was I going with that? And one of them was Bob Stanley. I had him up on a thumbtack in my bedroom. Not between the eyes, because I actually liked the guy. Pitch to Howard. There's a ground ball. Reed behind the bag over to first for the out. Dennis Lamp. Get the piece of masking tape, get the magic marker out there or the grease paint and paint it black. Lamp actually pitched a couple of good games for the Red Sox when we did 88. Jody Reed is 0 for 1. It is still raining here at Fenway, and the wind blowing in from right center at 17. Up the middle, a base hit. McDougald should have had it. Third hit for the Red Sox. No, Billy Martin should have had it. Why would I need a voodoo doll of Bob Stanley? I just call a game that he pitches in, and it blows chunks. Marty Barrett 0 for 1. Jody not a threat to steal. Base hit, right center field. Mantle cut it off. Reed is on, and the Red Sox got something cooking here in the 5th. Jody on second. Barrett on first for Wade Boggs, who has a single today. He's 1 for 2. Cucks 18 batters, 63 pitches. 4 innings, 4 hits. He's walked 2 and hasn't struck out any. There's a ground ball to short. McDougald waits for it, goes to Martin for 1 and Scourin for 2. That's Jim Rice's job. So 6-4-3 double play, 2 out for Ellis Burks, who's 0 for 2. Reed moves to third. 1-0 New York, bottom of the 5th. Chopper foul, third base side. Somebody from Gloucester, Rhode Island made that grab. And the count is 0-2. Left center, Mantle. Stretch time, or halfway. You know what? I forgot to do the break. I'm paying so much attention. Through 5, you get the break. Red Sox get 2 hits and leave on a runner. 1-0 New York. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. The Yankees won last night 9-4. They lead today 1-0. Roger Clemens throwing a 1-hitter. But the 1 hit, a solo bomb from Hank Bauer. I mean, John Sterling, came back from retirement to call that, it is high, it is far, it is Eddie Bauer, a home run. Oh! 1-0 New York. Johnny Cucks, 4 innings, 5 hits. You can laugh. Two walks on 71 pitches. Clemens, a 1-hitter through 5. He has struck out 4. Andy Carey, 0 for 1. Bart's going to send me some Yankee tickets, I'm sure. Learn to root for a good team, Ron. Struck him out, 5 for Clemens, a 1-2 inside on the fastball. And Carey looked at it. Here's Martin. Billy is 0 for 1. Where did I get that tape of Sterling?
That's baseball, Susan.
Martin hits a ground ball to third. Boggs over to Benzinger. Martin running. And Boggs makes a fantastic play. He caught it in between hops, and he had to make a hard throw, and Benzinger cupped his foot on the bag, 2 out. McDougald 0 for 2 with a K. Third time through now for Clemens. 74 pitches, 5 2/3. The lone hit, the home run from Bauer, and 5 strikeouts. Bart will remember when John Sterling did a talk show on WMCA, called Islander games too. Versatile announcer with Milo Hamilton's ego to go with it. Let's toast one for Wade. I think Boggs is still toasted. McDougal slaps that one between Benzinger and Barrett, and that's only the second hit for the Yankees. Farina Slaughter, who is 0 for 2. Up the middle, past Barrett into center field. McDougal on his way to third. Reed cuts off the throw for Burks. Runners in the corners and 2 out for Mickey Mantle, who has struck out twice. I'm looking at the outcome box. Excuse me. That does not give you any hope that Mantle is about to take the collar. So 2 out, McDougal on third, Slaughter on first. Clemens deals. Mantle rips this one to right for a base hit. McDougal will score. Slaughter on his way to third. He's going to run on Dwight Evans. Dewey throws to third. It's a strike, but Slaughter's in there, and it's 2-0 New York. For Yogi Berra, who's 0 for 2 today. This team won a World Series for a reason, in real life and on the table. Gedman and Clemens have a word. Berra swings, high fly ball, right center field. Back goes Burks and Evans, and that's off the wall. Slaughter scores. Mantle scores. Berra's in the second with a double. The Yankees have a 3 spot on the board, and it's 4-0 New York. For Skowron, who's 0 for 2, this Yankee team, again, we talked about it last night when they were down 4-0. They just keep they're the Energizer Bunny. The offense just keeps going and going and going. Slaughter, high ground ball to Barrett. Marty throws to first, and he is retired. However, the Yankees may have done enough. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Fenway Park. Yankees 4, Boston nothing. So Greenwell, Evans, and Rice to face Johnny Cooks here in the 6th. Mike 0 for 1 with a walk. Fly ball, center field. Back goes Mantle, and that's off the wall. So Greenwell has a double. Both teams now have 5 hits. Evans got out of his funk the last time up. Sox always lose. That would be SOL, which also means something else. Cleveland Browns building a new stadium. I saw that for the one-time fee of $1,800. You can get on the waiting list for standing room only seats. After that, it's a $1,750 per game per person for the opportunity to stand for the entire game. To see who else now the Cleveland Browns will anoint as quarterback. Dewey into left center. Mantle will make the catch. And Greenwell goes back. Greenwell will not go to third. For Jim Ed. 0 for 2 tonight. That is beyond ridiculous, but people will pay it. Todd, the current stadium isn't even 30 years old yet. What was the problem with it, besides it probably needing some renovations? Pitch to Rice. Struck him out. First for Cooks, 2 out. Gedman 0 for 2. Both of those teams are going to be fun to play. Forrest. This 56 Yankee team is loaded. I'm not even sure I'd put it in the top 10, though, of Yankee teams of all time. Get him an 0 for 2. Popped up. Right side, Martin. To make the catch, and that will do. Red Sox get a hit. They've left on 6, and then always away. After 6-4, New York. Go watch minor league baseball, college football. Even the college football teams, unless you're talking small college, are getting ridiculous. At least they renovated the Jake. So what will Cleveland do with that? The city owns the stadium, right? It'll be Bauer, Howard, and Carey to face Clemens in the 7th. The Bears bought Arlington Park, but did it really as a negotiation plea with the city of Chicago to get Soldier Field rebuilt a 3rd time. Ground ball to Reed. Jody's got it over to Benzinger for the out. 1 away for Howard. Ilson is 0 for 2. Struck him out. 6 for Clemens. 2-2 inside at 96, and there's 2 out. Andy Carey 0 for 2 with a K. If this result holds, the finals begin Monday at noon. All the games will be daytime games. Game 1 in Los Angeles and Game 2 in New York. Hard ground ball to Marty Barrett over to Benzinger. Stretch time. 4-0. It'll be Benzinger, Reed, and Barrett to face Kux here in the 7th. I think the one thing that would hold the Yankees back is that they really don't have an ace outside of Whitey Ford, although Johnny Kux has pitched well. I think their offense would be just fine against the Dodgers or the Blue Jays. It would come down to, let's face it, the bullpens are used so differently these days that, one of the things that the Yankees struggled with in the replay that we did was the fact that Tom Morgan couldn't pitch his way out of a paper bag. It has rained all the way through this one. Benzinger 0 for 1 with a walk. Got him. An 0-2 cutter swung on and missed. 1 out for Jody Reed, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Yeah, the thing with the Sox team, we'd make the jokes that they can't win and all that. They did sweep their first-round series against the Reds. They barely, in real life, won the division and got skunked by the A's. I think the 90 team was better, and the 86 team, of course, historic. But in the replay, they did what they had to do. They drew the Twins in the ALCS. They beat them in 7. And if it was, it's just such a comedy of errors in the 8th inning of Game 7 of the World Series against the Reds. They proved that they belonged. And so, no shame. It's not a first-round series. Jody swings, base hit, left center field. Mantle will cut it off. And Jody's on with a single. 6 hit for Boston. Here's Marty Barrett, 1 for 2. And so, no, they. Let me just say this. I do have some say on what seasons we do here. My channel, for crying out sakes. I did not we went with 49 intentionally because the Red Sox had a really good chance. We went with 78 because that was my season, and the Red Sox had a really good chance. 85, I knew they weren't going to do all that well, although they stayed in contention for a while, and so the 2001 Red Sox. So in the years that we've done that the Red Sox I thought would do well, they really haven't. I did not think the Red Sox were the best team in the American League East in 88. You can make a case for Toronto because they won the division in 89 and Detroit in 87. But any one of 5 teams could have won the East, and the Red Sox did it. Pitch to Barrett. Got away from Barra, and Jody moves up to second. That ball's a bit wet, and it's a 2-0 count. It's sort of like getting the 87 Twins to win. I would imagine that team would be almost... Them and the 69 Mets. Have any of you ever gotten the 69 Mets to the World Series? Honestly, I don't think they should have beaten the Braves, let alone the Orioles. Pitch to Barrett. There's a fly ball to right. Bauer going back, but it's high, and the wind caught it, and Bauer made the catch. Reed will not go with 2 out. 27 batters deep for Cucks, 6 2/3, 96 pitches, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Boggs 1 for 3 with a single. Slow chopper to first. Skowron will pick it up, and that will do. Red Sox get a hit. They've left on 7, and we go to the 8th, 4-0 New York. Yeah, the 69 Mets, I think, underperformed for everybody. If you can keep them in the race, if you're doing it as played, it'll be Martin, McDougald, and Slaughter, by the way, to face Clemens. Until they get Clendenin from the Expos, then you might have a shot. But we've talked about how much does a manager make a difference or doesn't make a difference in how a team's success. Gil Hodges got more out of that 69 Mets team, kind of like Lasorda with the 88 Dodgers. Some teams just have it, and that Mets team did. And some teams in all sports don't translate well on the tabletop. And it depends on what size project you do. Todd, you're doing that era of an action PC. Who are your division leaders? Pitch to Martin. Fly ball right field. Evans will make the grab. 1 out. Mr. Gardner, Mr. Mancini, and Mr. Cards did a show on Rare Plays last night. And, can you get a black cat to walk across the Cubs dugout in the middle of July? Like they did at Chase Stadium in 69. Gil McDougald, by the way, 1 for 3. With a single and a run scored and a strikeout. 27 batters deep for Clemens, 104 pitches, 7 1/3, 5 hits, a home run, and he's fan 6. Got away from Gibbon on strike 3, the throw down to Venzinger, and that's 7 for Roger. Really can't blame him. He made a couple bad pitches. The one to Bauer, the worst. And Barrow roped that big 2-run single in there. Slaughter 1 for 3. Enos has singled and scored. 120 games in. Yep. For every team. Yep. And I know you play every game. That's why I asked. That's a hell of a project. Who won last night? Yankees 9-4. Who won your Euchre game? Up the middle. Base hit. Slaughter will hold at first with a single. 2 out for Mantle. Mickey 1 for 3. And I think it's time to go get Clemens. 78 Red Sox. Okay. Again, that team would have won the World Series. 77 Royals. 82 Cardinals. And 78 Dodgers. You lost more than you won. So all solid teams. The Royals lost in 5 to the Yankees. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So who's underperforming, which is kind of hard to ask because it's a greatest hits league. 77 Dodgers. Well, that's the year they had the 430 home run hitters. Clemens is strong. Well, 347 against Clemens. I see 291. I don't see a good option here. So Clemens will stay in. Mickey 1 for 3. An RBI and a run scored. You got Berra on deck, who is just as dangerous as Mantle. 79 Expos at 48 and 72. Oh, that's right. That was the first year they took went down the last weekend. Got him! Oh, Clemens says, leave me in. I say, okay. He got a fastball in there below the belt, and it worked. After 7.5, no runs, a hit, no errors. Yankees 4, Red Sox nothing. Gray loves that team, too. Dick Williams was there, right? Well, that's the right age for it. 15 years old, Andy. It'll be Burks, Greenwell, and Evans here in the 8th. Ellis 0 for 3. The 79 Tigers have 3 back. That was Sparky's first year in Detroit. And they were good. Remember, and on this channel, they won the World Series in 82. Pitch to Burks. Fly ball, left center field. Back goes Mantle. He's running, but he can't make the play. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He bobbled it. He played hot potato with it and got it with his bare hand right by the knee. I thought he dropped it. He did, but he caught it before it hit the ground. So if this is it for Mike Greenwell in this tournament, he had a very good ALCS for us when we did it. One of those underappreciated players that all teams have. Never a Hall of Famer. Greenwell must be in the Red Sox Hall of Fame, but gone way too soon. 78 Rangers, Todd B. Remember, went to my World Series. Yeah, they are sneaky good. Greenwell rips it to Martin. Billy underhands it to Scour, and Greenwell is retired. Yeah, 79 Angels have a wicked lineup, but no bullpen. Nope. Dwight Evans, 1 for 3, a double. Got him. So Cux is cruising through. I guess I made the right decision for the Yankees, huh? We go the 9th. It'll be Yogi, Scour, and Bauer. It will not be against Clemens. It'll be against, we're going to go with Wes Gardner again. Actually, no, we'll go with Smith. We are not going with Bob Stanley. Oh, yeah, I saw that that Nick Mangold passed 41. Oh, my goodness. He went to Ohio State, too. 77 Phillies are good. Balanced team. 79 Pirates. And the rubber-armed Kent Colvey. Yeah, we were talking about the 79 Expos, too. So Smith making his 3rd appearance of the tournament. Trying to hold us to a 4-1 game. Pitched last night. Gave up the home run. 2 innings overall. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 homer. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. They were a good team, but they've underperformed for Todd. Yeah, I mean, he had just gone public with his kidney illness. I thought of Marco Scola, who did finally get one when Nick announced they had the trouble and then died. So you just never know. Yogi Berra, 1 for 3, a double and 2 RBI. 4-0 New York as we play the 9th on a rainy night in Boston. Up the middle, base hit. Bill Scour 0 for 3 with a K. Right center, Burks Gone. Well, Lee Smith has pitched very well, too. So the Yankees and Dodgers, unless the skies just swallow up Fenway Park, Monday at noon on the 2-run homer from Moose Cowan. I can hear DeMarco now. And you got to think, if this was a real tournament, Mantle would be happier than the pig and poop that they're going to the finals and Joey D and the Starlighters are not. The 80 Astros with a healthy... Oh, my goodness. They win the World Series, I think, if they have a healthy J.R. Richard. That 80 NLCS, one of the best postseason series of all time. Yep, he's been consistent. Bad, yep. And it does seem fitting that of the 7 years that we've done this, that the champions of 3 of the 7 years will meet in the World Series. Still a best of 3. Bauer had that home run in the second. That is a ground... Oh, my jeez, I'm crow. A ground ball base hit up the middle, and Lee Smith is packing his bags for St. Louis. Elson Howard 0 for 3. You want me to sing one more time. Ready? No, not for that. The fix is into increased revenue. Oh, yeah, because I make so much chat revenue on this channel. Pitch to Howard. Got him. Oh, now you throw a strike. 2-2 outside, but Don Denkinger has a plane to catch. Andy Carey 0 for 3 with a K. All right. And now Retro Sports Network proudly presents Dennis Lamp Onto My Feet. The show where Groucho Marx mustaches are the norm, not the exception. That's actually a very good picture of Dennis. 36 years old, fastball at a Bugs Bunny 83 and a ground ball pitcher. 7-6, a 3.48 ERA. Pitched 46 games for the Red Sox. And 88. Light the lamp, baby. So would Lamp's walk-up music, if he was a batter, be Gary Glitter? Dun, 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 hey, dun, 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 dun. 82 2/3 for Lamp, 92 hits, 3 homers. He walked 19 and struck out 49. Carey 0 for 3 with a K. Ground ball, base hit. Evans will pick it up. Bauer will hold in second. 1 out for Martin, who is 0 for 3. Clemens is already in the shower. Got him. So 2 out. Lamp with a strikeout on an 0-2. McDougal 1 for 4 with a run scored just into the RSN newsroom, the International Brotherhood of Urinals in Los Angeles will picket Game 1 of the finals because of Billy Martin and his abuse of urinals in the past. Yes. And in Gary's case, all that glitters is not necessarily gold. Bob, the original OG, but yep, Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. I think I made that joke. Got away from Gedman and in second and third on the wild pitch. And that got away from Gedman on another wild. You know what? Gedman dropped strike 3. You know it's not going your way, and you drop strike 3, and Bauer scored, and it's 7-0. Will Ed Whitson be there? The entire 1980 Oakland A's starting rotation will be there. And we'll be passing out samples of Ben Gay and Absorbing Jr. Slaughter 2 for 4, 2 singles, a run scored. Ground ball to third. Boggs mercifully will end the inning. Over to Benzinger. Slaughter is out. All right. 7 to tie and 8 to win. It'll be Rice, Gedman, and Benzinger to face Cucks. So you're going to get Whitey Ford in game 1 in Los Angeles. Boy, advantage Yankees. The Red Sox dropped the mic and left. Rice 0 for 3 today. Ground ball to third. Carey's got it. No, he doesn't. That's an error. They brought the champagne out too early, and Rice is on. Second time in 2 nights that Rice has reached on an error. Here's Gedman. He's 0 for 3. That's a ground ball to Carey. That's the 5-4-3. Martin for 1. And that's an error. Does everybody reach? Yes, Carey threw it away. Chauncey Billups would have pinch hit for Rice. Yeah, but did you see Chauncey's poker face? You can't deny his poker face. So 2 straight errors, and this one's just gotten interesting again. Here's Todd B. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. We'll pinch run. Brady Anderson comes in. Todd B. wouldn't bet on it. 2 on, nobody out for Todd B. Ground ball, base hit, right field. Gets past Mantle. Bauer can't make a play. Rice scores. Anderson around third. He'll hold. And it's 7-1. Benzinger with a double. For Jody Reed, who's 2 for 3 today. Red Sox making some noise in the 9th. Reed, shallow left. Howard comes in, makes the catch. Anderson is good speed and will bluff. A touchdown will win it. They got the rouge. Or they got the extra point. Now they need to score. 1 out for Marty Barrett. 1 for 3 with a single. Single makes it 7-3. Hit him. I will come and get Cucks because it's Wade Boggs. So Cucks' day will be done. 36 batters, 8 1/3, 122 pitches, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He cannot lose it. And if he gets a no decision here, that would be the comeback of comebacks. Now do you go with Byrne? Be Bob Grimm. Grimm has not pitched in any of the 4 games. He is the best Yankee reliever. 6-1, 2.76 ERA. Went to the pen 20 times, started 6 games, 26 years old. Fastball at 88 and a ground ball plus pitcher. 75 innings, 64 hits, 3 homers. He walked 31 and struck out 48. So Anderson on third, Benzinger on second, Barrett on first. 7-1, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Don't fear the Grim Reaper. You need more cowbell. Pitch to Boggs. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Howard. That will be caught. Anderson will make tag at third and score with ease. The Cat feeling just fine, thank you very much. At the door, 2 out. And the Red Sox have a safety at 7-2. For Ellis Burks, who is 0 for 4. to left to Howard, and the Yankees win it. Well, we finally had games that weren't close. But the 56 Yankees, Mr. Bart, are going to the final. You get a it is baseball kind of kismet. You get a Yankee-Dodger final. They sweep the Red Sox in 2.5 hours of fake minutes. 7-2 the final. 7 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. And those came in the ninth, and that scored some runs. They left on 4. The Red Sox were 80s Red Sox. Yeah, first 2 games that weren't close. Yankees-Dodger final should be fantastic. Red Sox 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They leave on 9. Computer gives the Digital Dice MVP to Cooks. And I would agree. 8 in the third. 7 hits, 2 unearned runs. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Grimm got the last 2 outs. Clemens, 8 innings, 6 hits. Bart never had a doubt. 4 runs all earned. The home run to Bauer and struck out 8. Smith and Lamp had minus stuff, but it really doesn't matter. So the final will be from L.A. It is the 56 Yankees and it's the champions of 2020 versus the champions of 2025. Yankees-Dodgers Monday. We'll do something before that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.